Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Today we are not in Benidorm, we're not even in Alicante, Altea or Albier. We are in the gorgeous place of Santa Pola, on south from Alicante, close to Torrevieja and Guardamar de Segura, an incredible place where there's a lot to see. And we stopped right at the port this early in the morning to share with you the latest news update from Benidorm town, obviously. First of all, let's talk about the situation in tourism. As you all might know, it's still really busy, even though it's already heading towards the end of October, beginning of November. Shortly, it's gonna be Halloween already. And there's still a lot of people in Benidorm town. Right now, officially, we have the occupancy of 87% in Benidorm, and towards the end of this month, it's going to be around 85, 86. So it's almost full in all the hotels that are open at this very moment. And a lot of couples, a lot of solo travelers, groups start to come as well. Sports events, congresses, etc., cyclists. There's a lot of people in our region. International tourists are those who visit us the most. Obviously, they are almost 60% of all tourists, 59.6 to be exact, and the rest are national tourism. Obviously, British are on top of the list. Irish, Belgium, people from Netherlands as well. These are the key tourists in our region as for the day of today. Very soon we will have our November fiestas, and we will be sharing with you the program for these, because I know many of you are coming here in November months and you're really looking forward to see which kind of program, concerts, maybe parades or something interesting and unusual you will be able to see during your holidays of these days. To remind you, November fiestas are actually celebrated from 10th, 11th of November up until 15th, more or less. And immediately afterwards, we have the famous fancy dress party. So there's a lot to celebrate out here, and which is why it's going to be still full. Now we have a lot of hotels almost in full occupancy. November fiestas will bring a lot of people once again to our region. And then just in a few weeks' time, it's going to be already Christmas holidays, Christmas fest, concerts, different types of events in the city as well. The ice skating rink right at the municipal hall, at the town hall. Events just keep coming and keep coming. Kind of seems like a non-stop journey from one event, from one celebration, from bank holiday to the other. Spanish love to celebrate, you know it already, but it's great because we never stop, the city never stops, and it's incredible because there's always something to do out here. Before we go to the second news, make sure you like our videos. Make sure you write us at least a tiniest comment, even if it's just a like, a smiley face, a heart, a palm tree, the beach, whatever you want to, because thanks to all of you, we are reaching more and more people each day. Your comments, your likes are extremely important for our channel. You're a part of it, you're our YouTube family, and thanks to you we can reach more people that are interested in Benidorm, Costa Blanca or Spain in general. So click a like if you still did not do so, and write us a comment here down below. We read them all. And I'll even tell you more, during the first hour after the video is published, we are actively watching the comments and we are replying you as soon as we see one. So if you want to chat with us, write us a comment in the first hour of the video, and then obviously we'll read them all, we'll check them all, and we'll reply to you as soon as we can. Going forward towards the second news of today's video, which is quite concerning for all those who are willing to buy a property in Benidorm in particular, and no other place than Benidorm. And this probably will be a big disaster if it will happen, and the most probable is that it will be happening. We will give you more details in the property videos that we are giving here on the channel too. If you did not see them, we have 3 different property videos: the Levante Beach, the Poniente Beach, the latest video that we've published here on the channel. How much do properties cost on these most desired places to live in Benidorm town and the Rincon de Loige as well. But the Benidorm's Municipal Hall and the political party, which is PP, Popular Party in Benidorm, have decided that starting from next year, 2024, the tax for properties, which is called IBI, Impuesto de Bienes Inmuebles in Spain in general, but it's being drawn, and the amount is decided by the town halls, by the local authorities of each municipal area. So here in Benidorm, they've decided that there's not enough money to provide the services that Benidorm wants to provide, and they want to duplicate the property tax starting from next year, which literally is in just a few months time from now. For example, this might not seem like a big amount, but if you have a property of around 100,000 euros worth in Benidorm, more or less, depending obviously on a lot of things, but more or less you were paying 667 euros per year for the tax. You will be paying in 2024 1,153 euros. It's a double. It's 72% of increase. Can you imagine that? A lot of people are really, really worried about their properties. Supposed to be to create a balance between the expenses and the income that the municipal hall receives. You know that Benidorm's created a ton of green spaces. They've created a brand new LED lights, LED lights system as well. They've renovated completely the Levante beach. They want to renovate the Poniente side as well. They are creating a lot of children's parks. They're creating a lot of natural areas, improving the tourism, cleaning companies. There's going to be a brand new cleaning company in Benidorm that hopefully will do things better than the previous one did. And the contract is a multi-million euros contract. It's a huge, very, very expensive contract to deal with. So obviously Benidorm does not have this kind of money to support it, and they are allowed technically to increase the income, to increase the tax of properties, to bring the expenses with the income somewhere equal, at least to be able to sustain all the service system that Benidorm is providing. We are not sure how it's going to be. How many people obviously will not be happy with it. That's without the necessity of telling it. If it's a double amount of tax for your property, and there are people who have several properties here in Benidorm, not even one, this will be hard, and obviously people will try their best to increase the rentals. For example, it's all going to go to rentals. Right now, people who are searching for a rental property in Benidorm are really worried because it's increasing. But if people who are owning these properties need to pay double tax for it, obviously they need to get the money out of somewhere, and they'll be doing it by increasing the rentals even more than they are right now, which is not a good thing for our region. I get that Benidorm's providing a great service. We love our city, you know that. We get that there's a lot of incredible places in Benidorm. You know, it's improving the quality of life and the quality of tourism in that region a lot each year, and even each single month they're doing different improvements. But is a double tax slightly too much? Let us know what you think here in the comments, and if you have this type of tax in your country, and if it's really expensive or not. It would be interesting to compare what we're dealing with out here. And the last news is about Benidorm bars and Benidorm terraces, hosteleria in general, cafeterias, restaurants, pubs, etc. All food and drink places that have terraces on them, because Benidorm is facing harsh inspections right now. These inspections in bars of Benidorm are being done after the last Sunday, when everything got back to a normal phase. Terraces are not allowed to have so much occupied space on the public surface, and they need to get back to the original size that we had before all the pandemics happened, before all the restrictions happened and all this. So what's happening is that a lot of bars, a lot of cafeterias in Benidorm, did not reduce the amount to the terraces they've previously had, and they maintained the same amount of tables, the same amount of chairs as during all this time. There's been no changes. There's been a week given, more or less, for them to get to know the new procedure, that they get to know the news, get used to it, and make the things right. However, the municipal hall has seen that a lot of places are playing a very unfair game here and did not take away the extra tables and chairs from their terraces, whilst others did it by law and did it correctly, which is why the Association for Bars and Restaurants approves this measure and says, please go inspect all these areas, because it's not fair that some people are reducing the terrace and others have a huge one when they're not supposed to have it right now any longer. So a lot of inspections are going on, and you might see shortly smaller terraces finally here in Benidorm town. It wasn't the case a couple of days ago in a lot of places, but it will be from now on when all these inspections will be happening. In total, there are about 2,000 extra chairs on public areas occupying public space, public walk, public streets, where people cannot even hardly pass with a buggy, with mobility scooter, with a children's buggy. If you have even mobility issues with a wheelchair, in some areas you can hardly pass. Let us know if it happened to you, or if you've seen that in Benidorm town, because we actually did, and it was quite concerning. From the business owners, no one actually seemed to care about it, but we, people who live there, actually did, and it was quite unfair. So we're happy that right now all the terraces will get back to their usual size, and it's going to be fair for everyone starting from now on. Also, a lot of businesses are renewing the licenses for next year, 2024. The beginning of November, end of October, beginning of November are the months that they need to renovate the license for next year. So we'll see how many of these businesses will continue with us here in Benidorm shortly. Some businesses are closing down, some businesses keep going, and this autumn will show us which ones will potentially survive. And now let's talk about the weather. Let's have a short walk and we'll let you know what the weather is looking like here in Spain, because there's been a huge shift starting from yesterday. Let's go. This is what the weather is looking like today. At least here in Santa Pola, there is a strong wind. There's been a storm here. There are still rain, like stormy weather in a lot of points in Spain. The worst was in Madrid, Barcelona, and north parts. There was flood everywhere. Here, it's not the case, but there is the strongest wind ever. In Benidorm, it's sunny with just a tiny bit of clouds today. The rain stays away from us, and starting from this weekend towards Sunday, the rain will come back to Spain, but it's not going to be here up until Tuesday, more or less, which is when we will see a tiny bit of rain, maybe some drops, but nothing too hard. So don't worry, you will be able to explore. We have noticed the giant shift in weather. There's not going to be any hot weather already with 29, 30 degrees, and the vast majority of it will be quite a lot of wind, maybe some clouds, and the temperatures have dropped too. Right now there are temperatures maximum of 25 degrees here on the Mediterranean Sea, and as we've said, no 28, 29 or 30 any longer. A shame, but it has to happen at some point of the year. We've already had quite a long hot summer. So the temperatures will be more or less the same during the whole entire week, around 24 to 25, even if it's going to be raining, even if it's going to be cloudy. But these are the temperatures as it is. The summer is officially over, and starting from now for a long time the temperatures will be exactly the same, probably up until mid-November, if not more, especially on the sunshine. The water temperature will be of 24.4 degrees, still ideal for swimming. Thank you for accompanying us on today's video, and we'll see you in a new one tomorrow. Bye.